Hi and welcome back to this video. Today I have 5 to 6 meal ideas to share with you. They're all very yummy, more on the healthy side of things, and pretty quick to make. Did I have a timer on while making these recipes? No, but my brain tells me that they should take you around 20 minutes. Also, big thank you to Squarespace for supporting this video. Let's get right into it, starting with these teriyaki type mushroom noodles. Cut up a bunch of mushrooms. These can be cremini ones or any other type you prefer. Let either some vegan butter or coconut oil melt in a big saucepan on medium-high heat. Add the mushrooms, mix them around, and let them cook for about 3 minutes. Then add soy sauce and, optional, red or white wine. Try not to spill the wine everywhere like I did. I added my spices here, some dried herbs and garlic mix, black pepper. Let the mushrooms saute for another 3 to 4 minutes. In the meantime, chop up 2 cloves of garlic and 1 small piece of ginger. Add both to the pan, as well as some vegetable broth, more soy sauce, hot sauce, sweetener of choice, and lemon juice, or white wine vinegar, which is not pictured, but I added it in there somewhere. Lastly, add some in water dissolved cornstarch. Let this come up to a quick boil, then let it simmer on medium for about 5 minutes. Pour in some extra water if you want this to be more liquidy. In the meantime, cook up the noodles. I found these egg-free mee noodles at Edeka. It says on the packaging to just cover them with hot boiling water and to let them sit for like 4 minutes. If you don't trust this method, and you want to ensure they'll turn out soft, you can also just boil them quickly for a few minutes. Also, prep some additional veggies, like broccoli for example. I steamed some in a separate saucepan for like 5 minutes. For a quicker alternative, grab some fresh baby spinach and just add that to the pan. Let's bring everything together in there. The noodles, the veggies, and the mushroom mix. Adjust any flavors if necessary, and plate it up with some extra lemon juice and sesame seeds, for example. Cool, that's it for recipe number 1. Moving on. This might be my favorite from this video. It's a polenta / wrap burrito situation. First off, chop up a handful of cherry tomatoes and 2 spring onions. Reserve a handful of the onions for later. Cut a half a block of smoked tofu into small little pieces. Let everything saute for about 5 minutes. I had to switch pans at some point because the tofu kept sticking to the bottom of the first one. Add some soy sauce, a half a can of kidney beans, followed by a couple tablespoons of ready-made tomato sauce. This is optional but recommended, adding a handful of vegan cheese. Turn the heat to medium-low and let it continue to cook for another 3 to 5 minutes. In the meantime, grab a small pot, add your polenta and vegetable broth. Bring it up to a boil, then let it simmer on medium while stirring frequently for 4 to 5 minutes or until the polenta is soft. I made a quick yogurt sour cream type sauce by combining a few tablespoons of plain soy yogurt with white wine vinegar and this scrambled egg seasoning. It's basically just salt, turmeric, herbs, and garlic, I think. So just add whatever spices you like. Now it's time to build the wrap. Quickly warm up a tortilla. I simply put mine in the used pan for like 30 seconds to a minute on medium heat. Add a few tablespoons of the bean tofu filling to the center of the tortilla, then a few tablespoons of the polenta, some of the yogurt sauce. You could also use avocado instead, or vegan cream cheese if you can find it. Add some of the spring onion we'd saved earlier, fresh spinach, and a bit more of the yogurt. Fold one half over the other and basically pull the filling towards you. Make sure you do that very tightly. Fold in both sides like so, and roll it over one more time. To ensure the wrap keeps its shape, place it back into the pan for another 30 seconds to a minute on medium heat, and that is it. For a wrap-less version of this recipe, simply top some of the cooked polenta with the tofu, tomato mix, the yogurt, spring onion, and extra greens. I chose polenta for these recipes since it's incredibly quick to make, especially compared to rice. But if you happen to have some leftover rice laying around, you could obviously just use that instead, or really any other leftover grain works well, like quinoa, bulgur, millet. This brings me to my next idea, millet. Millet's great. It's not only delicious, but also it comes with tons of health benefits. To save time lately, I've been cooking up a couple servings of millet at night every once in a while to have the next day for breakfast and for lunch or dinner. Here's how to make millet porridge, for example. To a small saucepan, add a cup of cooked millet, a tablespoon of peanut butter, a pinch of salt, some vanilla, semi-ground flax seeds, and a few chopped dates. Also non-dairy milk. Mix it up, bring it up to a boil, then reduce the heat to medium and let it cook for 5 to 7 minutes. I had also shredded an apple, that went in there. The apple, dates, and oat milk are naturally so sweet that you don't really even need any extra sweetener in this. I added some plain soy yogurt on top, some frozen berries, and some chia seeds because I thought they would look pretty. This was really good. Now we're using the cooked millet again, this time in a little salad health bowl. Once again, cut up half of a smoked tofu block. As you can see, there is a chopped red onion in the back, so cut one up as well. Add a bit of oil to a small skillet, bring the heat to medium-high, add the onion, the tofu, let them saute for about 6 minutes. In the meantime, this step is optional but recommended. Peel and cut up a sweet potato. Cut it into bite-sized pieces and boil these bite-sized pieces in some water for about 10 minutes until tender. Add a couple tablespoons of corn or chickpeas. Mix in a cup of the cooked millet. Add a little bit of vegetable broth to it, since the millet will have gotten a little dry overnight. Add some fresh or frozen parsley. Let it get to room temperature while you're making the salad dressing. The dressing is going to be made up of yellow mustard, soy sauce, white wine vinegar, rice syrup, and salt and pepper to taste. Now assemble. Add some fresh spinach to your German bowl, add the millet tofu mix, and pour over the mustard dressing. Serve with a sweet potato, and that's it. Moving on to this last and final recipe for today, a quick zucchini and olive pasta. First off, create zucchini noodles by using a vegetable peeler. Also cook up some pasta of your choice according to the packaging. Grab a large non-stick skillet, add a little bit of oil to it, and bring it to medium-high heat. Add the zucchini and let it saute for 6 to 7 minutes. Then add a handful of sunflower seeds, some garlic salt, nutritional yeast, and lemon juice. Add the cooked pasta. And this sauce, which is a mix between vegan sunflower seed spread from DM, white wine vinegar, and water. Mix it all up. This is where I realized a crepe pan was not the best choice I could have made for this. I added a handful of chopped olives. I don't love olives. I've only recently started to come around to them, but I do like the flavor they give to the pasta. I only added the tiniest amount. Season to taste with salt and pepper. I would have normally added a bunch of greens here, but all I could find was a lonely spring onion. But yeah, greens. Would recommend them here. Big giant thank you to Squarespace for supporting this video. They're great. They help me bring more recipes and videos to you guys. Squarespace is the #1 place to go to for all things website related. Use them to create your own beautiful online presence. They got marketing and analytic tools all included. You'll never have to update anything, install any patches, that's all taken care of. You can also buy your own domain over there, and everything you create on Squarespace is owned by you. Use the code MINAROME for 10% off your first purchase, or go to squarespace.com/MINAROME. By the way, if you're wondering, this was my cake I baked myself this week for my birthday. No one baked me a cake, but that's okay. And not sad at all. The recipe will be up on the channel in a couple weeks, I'm thinking. I'm gonna have to do a bit more work on it. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good week, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye!